Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something so totally fundamental that, honestly, it's incredibly easy to just overlook. We're going to explore how math isn't just some boring subject you took in school. It's the actual source code, the literal mathematical blueprint of reality itself. So let's just dive right in. Joey? I want you to really stop and imagine something for a second. Imagine a world where 2 plus 2 simply doesn't exist. No numbers, no equations, absolutely no calculations of any kind. Let that completely eerie thought sink in for a moment. Just a complete and total mathematical void. What does that world actually look like? Well, in that void, the reality we know completely evaporates. We're talking no Google, no buildings, no money. We wouldn't even have a concept of time as we know it. You see, we often think of math as this abstract, floating concept. But really, it's the operating system of reality. If you strip it away, every single modern comfort, every structure, every system we rely on just vanishes into thin air. Poof, gone. Section 1. From survival to zero. Now, this universal language didn't start in a classroom. It was born out of desperate life-or-death survival. Early humans had to know, how many animals are out there? How much food do we have left? How many days until the cold returns? The very first math was literally just scratches on a bone. But let's move forward and see how this builds. Early civilizations leveled up. The Egyptians, right? They didn't just stack rocks. They used intense mathematics to engineer the pyramids. Then the Babylonians stepped up, creating complex number systems to organize their whole society. And finally, in a truly monumental leap, scholars in India gave the world the concept of zero. And zero. Zero is arguably the single most powerful idea ever conceived by humanity. Before zero, math was super limited. But taking the concept of nothingness and giving it a numerical value, that unlocked everything. Without this one single digit, the entirety of modern mathematics, and honestly the whole modern world along with it, just completely collapses. Section 2. The invisible infrastructure. So those ancient origins, they evolved into this massive invisible web that dictates literally every second of our modern lives. Math is everywhere. In physics, it's what explains gravity, motion, and energy. In engineering, it's what actually builds our bridges, cars, and rockets. Think about medicine. Math powers MRI scans, calculates exact life-saving drug dosages, and drives predictive health models. In technology, every single app on your phone, every algorithm you interact with is entirely built on math. It takes abstract numbers and builds the very tangible physical reality we live in. And speaking of the apps on your phone, your social media feed, pure math. It feels spontaneous, right? Kind of organic? It's definitely not. Every video you scroll past, every single post you like, is carefully curated by mathematical models. These algorithms are calculating exactly what you want to see, and exactly when you need to see it, just to keep that digital dopamine flowing in your brain. The takeaway here is that math isn't some optional tool we occasionally dust off. It is the literal infrastructure of human existence. So let's walk through what actually happens if we pull that infrastructure out from under us. It's a terrifying, cascading failure. Step 1, no GPS. Satellites fall out of sync, and we are instantly lost. Step 2, no internet. Routing algorithms fail, meaning no communication, no streaming, no AI. Step 3, no banking. Global finance relies heavily on complex cryptography. Without it, your money is instantly meaningless. And step 4, no architecture. Without load-bearing calculations, our skyscrapers and bridges literally just collapse. It's a massive domino effect of total societal breakdown. But get this, it's not just human infrastructure. Nature itself operates on this exact same invisible web. Think about your favorite song. The rhythm, the patterns, they're fundamentally mathematical. Or look at a flower, and you'll often see the Fibonacci sequence perfectly arranged right there in its petals. We see astonishing geometric symmetry in animals. We track the precise, completely predictable orbital motion of planets in the night sky. The universe isn't just random chaos, guys. It is a deeply, beautifully structured mathematical system. Section 3. The engine of history. You see, math doesn't just sit in the background describing our world, it actively creates it. Actually, scratch that. It has shaped human history way more than wars or kings ever have. Complex navigation equations are what enabled early explorers to cross oceans and discover entirely new continents. The invention of calculus, that was the mathematical engine that made the Industrial Revolution even possible. And today, advanced cryptography forms the absolute bedrock of modern cybersecurity and global trade. These mathematical breakthroughs are the true dominoes of human progress. And this brilliantly illustrates just how powerful this engine is. Albert Einstein didn't just look up at the stars one night and randomly guess the theory of relativity. No way. He used advanced mathematics to prove it on paper. The math knew the deepest secrets of how time and space functioned long before our physical experiments could ever confirm it. It's like the math was already there, just waiting in the dark to show us the truth. So let's bring it all back to that world without math, remember? No counting means absolutely no trade or economy. No measurement means no construction. We'd basically be stuck in caves. No prediction means no science, no medicine, no planning for tomorrow. Without this mathematical engine of progress, civilization wouldn't just be moving slower, it literally wouldn't exist at all. We would just be surviving, reacting to the world around us like animals instead of actually living in it and shaping it. Section 4. Invented or discovered. Okay, let's slow things way down for a second and really chew on this. I want to ask you a question directly. Did humans invent math? Kind of like how we invented the wheel or the light bulb? Or did we discover it? Like we discovered gravity or electricity? Is math a human creation? Or is it a fundamental property of the universe that we simply learned how to read? This thought experiment gives us a pretty chilling but totally awe-inspiring answer. Let's say all humans just disappear tomorrow. Every single one of us. Gone. The human experience is officially over. What happens to math? Well, absolutely nothing. Pi is still exactly 3.14159. The planets? They are still going to orbit the sun in perfect, predictable mathematical equations. It's a stark contrast, really. Our incredibly fragile human existence up against the eternal, unbreakable constants of the mathematical universe. And that brings us to the ultimate reality of our existence. Math doesn't need us. We need math. It is the absolute, independent truth of the cosmos. And frankly, it's completely indifferent to whether we're actually here to calculate it or not. We are entirely dependent on it to survive, to build our cities, and to understand our tiny place in the dark. So the next time you're frustrated by a math problem, maybe remember this. You are living inside the greatest mathematical system ever created, the universe. And mathematics? It's simply the tool we've been given to read its magnificent source code. But it does leave us with one final, kind of haunting question. If the universe is written in math, then who or what wrote the code? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.